get too claustrophobic and have a panic attack if I keep it on.
I don't know what we're going to do. 19 hours is a long stopover. A lot of the New Zealanders aren't wearing masks.
And being escorted with a customs officer in front of us and behind us. Oh, this is so nice.
Hi, I'm Hannah.
And I'm Myron.
For the last 2 years, we've been living in our Sprinter van and travelling all over Europe. If you've watched one of our last 2 videos, you'll know that we've made the hard decision to move home to New Zealand because of the global pandemic. In this video, we start that journey home.
So this is round 2, we're back at the airport. We have a new flight with Qatar Airlines at like 9 PM. It's about 2 PM now, so we got here nice and early just in case it's moved on early. Hannah's getting all the protective equipment ready. There's Winter there, and Craig's very kindly, who's selling the van for us, has driven with us to the airport, and now he's going to drive the van back to his place and get it ready to sell. Bye Winter! And here's our check-in for Qatar Airlines. So we tried checking in, but we got to wait an hour and a half before we can do that. So
we got here very early. It's like 7.5 hours till our flight.
Yeah, just in case it was moved or something. But we're hungry. All the restaurants, like there's one behind me, are all closed. There's just WH Smith that's open, selling quite expensive sandwiches. So
yeah, we got meal deals. Usually they're £3. Some places they're £3.50, but here £5 for a meal deal.
And I gotta eat like another 2 or 3.
I know, I'm so hungry.
Hopefully when we get checked in and then go through security, there'll be restaurants on the other side that we can have something a bit more substantial. Or else on the flight we should get fed, so...
We will get fed,
It should.
It's still like 8 hours to this.
Yeah.
So we're all checked in, our bags are overweight, so we had to take some stuff out of one of them.
So throw out some pairs of jeans and stuff, but...
We got a lovely lady who is a fellow Romanian, so I think that made her very nice to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we still got in with everything way overweight.
Yeah.
But yeah, now we're going to go through security and try and find some food. So
we were a little worried because the flight before ours at like 8:30 got cancelled from Qatar going the exact same route.
No, from here to Qatar.
Oh, from here to Qatar. So it seems like they've joined 2 planes together now.
So we wanted to get chicken ASAP, which we have.
Yep, so definitely on board, we think.
Yeah. Definitely we think.
Yeah, now to go through check-in and get ready to board the plane.
We got through security fine. I've taken my mask off for a bit, which, you know, isn't best practice, but I'm gonna like get too claustrophobic and have a panic attack if I keep it on. So, yeah, you know, priorities. Now we're trying to find somewhere to eat, but everything is closed that we've come across so far. So now we're just gonna walk down to all the other gates and see if we can find something open. We just need something. We're starving. We've had a bowl of cereal and a sandwich and crisps today. That's it.
So there's no food this side of the airport, so it's just again another sandwich from WH Smith. Getting a bit over them, they're not the greatest, but...
I got you a different flavour this time.
Oh yeah, let's try and vary it up a little bit. So it is really quiet in the airport, everything's closed. But now we have our gate number and we're going to head down to the gate and get ready to board the plane.
I was just making sure I had our passports, and I do.
Alright, that's a good idea.
Myron's just got his ring stuck on his finger. And I'm
It's like a bit loose on this one, but it's tight on this one, and then it like just fit on this one.
I'm telling him he needs to get off before the flight, or his finger's going to swell up and he'll have to get it chopped off. And the hospital won't want him because then he'll get coronavirus.
You sound like a strong kid. I was trying to get it off for a couple of minutes. Oh, that was tight. So that wasn't too hectic. We're about to board the first flight. It's pretty quiet really. Everyone's giving everyone's giving a lot of distance. No one's talking all that much, so it'll be interesting.
I feel like there's not many people.
We're gonna stay in first class. We're gonna sit at the back.
We don't get enough YouTube views.
So we're looking for
Welcome
31B.
aboard Qatar Airways. Just to find your seat, reoccupants, and lighter packed belongings, including 33 bags and liquid, under the seat in front of you. Our cabin crew are available.
So now we're on the plane. It's semi-full, probably half full. So they cancelled the flight before this, and then this is like 2 flights and it's still half full, so it's alright. We've got 3 seats to ourselves, which is good. Spread out a little bit. 6 hours will be in Qatar.
Yay.
Didn't really know where it was before.
Do you know where it is now?
But now I know where it is.
Where?
Kind of by Egypt.
It's not.
So we just got off the flight. That wasn't too bad, but it was only like a 6-hour flight, and the next one's going to be 16 hours. So that was the short one done. Now we have to wait around here for 19 hours also before the next 16-hour flight. So I don't know what we're going to do. 19 hours is a long stopover. It's a lot of time. And for our first meal, we're having BK.
There's not many vegetarian options, which I'm not surprised about. But when we saw BK, I thought, actually, all I feel like is fries that come with onion rings. Is that like comfort food? It's only like, it's 11:30 here, which is like 9:30 UK time. So I really wanted breakfast, but there's still breakfast everywhere. But yeah, fries are gonna go down the street.
It started getting really dark and dusty outside, so we looked up the weather app and a sandstorm was rolling in.
So I'm not sure if a lot of airports have this, but this airport has a lot of quiet rooms which have like seats that you can like just about lie down on, and they're nice and quiet so you can never sleep in them as well. This is a family quiet room, but there's also men's only and women's only, which I don't know, we always just go into the family because that way me and Hannah can go in together. Here's Hannah having a sleep. Hello. Travelators. They should build these everywhere. They're so easy to get around. You should put them on the streets and everywhere. Oh, it's so much better than walking. So just checking the flight information board to make sure our flight hasn't changed its time, but you can see Auckland at 2:35 AM is still going ahead at gate C7. There's so many flights leaving between 1 AM and 3 AM. It seems like there wasn't many flights leaving during the day. They kind of just all come in and leave between 1 and 3 AM. Just so quiet here. There must be more staff here than people transiting through here at the moment. Just got like real quiet in the last couple of hours, maybe a couple more planes left, and there's just no one around. It's quite creepy. It'd be good if you had a bike or something, you could like ride around the airport. So now we're on our second and final flight. This one's gonna be 16 in like a half hours. But after that then we're home, which we'll be happy about.
It has been over 19 hours of being there.
It's a long time to just sit around.
Pretty done with this travel thing.
So now we're about to line up with the other New Zealanders. A bit sad that a lot of the New Zealanders aren't wearing masks. Like 1 in 10 are wearing masks, which isn't very good.
We've made it onto the flight and I think boarding is finished. We're just waiting to take off. Thankfully we have a free seat in our row, so Myron's been able to move over and we have an empty seat in between us, which we managed to get on our last flight as well because we were sitting with those moved rows, and I'm pretty sure so I can lie down pretty comfortably on just 2 seats, so I'm looking forward to having some sleep on this flight because we've been awake for a really long time now. We did nap at the airport, but it's not the same as sleeping in a bed, and this flight is 16.5 hours. These Bose headphones are super expensive, but probably one of the best tech purchases we've bought because their noise cancelling are really good. I will reset this.
So we've made it to Auckland finally after a very long, very tiresome flight. They're letting 10 people off the plane at a time, and then customs are going to interview them, see what their quarantine plan is, and either escort them to their vehicles or to their households if it's local, or will be escorted to hotels or something that the government's organised.
So we waited to get off the plane for like an hour or so. Now we're off in a group of like 10 to 15 people and being escorted with a customs officer in front of us and behind us. And I think we're going to get our bags and then go through control. So we literally just got into our hotel room and we haven't even turned the light on, but I just want to get the camera out because I was just like pleasantly surprised at how beautiful the room is.
Awesome.
It's huge. We've got a little kitchen, we've got a couch, a bed. Oh, this is so nice. So once we landed in Auckland after our 16.5 hour flight, 44 hours of flying in total, something ridiculous like that, we had to stay on the plane for quite a while so that they could get everyone off in groups of 10. Got to a lady who took our temperatures. Myron had a temperature of 36.4, which is normal from what I understand, and I had
37 normal.
Is it? Did you look it up?
Yeah, mine was a little bit low. But
and I had a temperature of 37.4, so we're 1 degree off, and she didn't say anything to us at that point. She just took our temperature and wrote down our arrival card, and then we went to the next person. And that lady just asked us kind of like where we've been and what our plans were, but really vague, like they didn't really want specifics. And she said my temperature was a little bit high and so I'd want to watch that. she wrote C on our cards, so they were like grading everyone from A to D. So our whole country's in lockdown for a month, but if you've come back from overseas, you go into like a more severe lockdown for the first 2 weeks. So lockdown here means most businesses are shut, but essential services like pharmacy and supermarket and doctors and stuff are opened. When you're come back from overseas and you're in like quarantine, that severe lockdown means you can't go to the supermarket, you can't do anything. We then got told there'll be someone else to talk this all through about what's going to happen to us, and then we went to usual customs in New Zealand. So in most airports, when you go onto the plane, you get your bag scanned, and when you leave a plane, you either declare stuff or you don't, and you just leave. That doesn't work that way in New Zealand, but we have really strict biosecurity measures because we have such amazing native plants and animals. Once you like leave the plane here, you get all your bags scanned. So we did that. That was just kind of normal, and then we thought we'd get like someone would talk to us about what our plans were, because we have a place where we can self-isolate. We just no longer have a way of getting there. We did have a way of getting there when our flight was over a week ago, but that has now changed and now the country's in lockdown, so we just can't get there. But we didn't really discuss that with anyone. The guy was just like, oh, your bus is over there, you're going to the Seabull in Manukau. So here we are, the Seabull in Manukau. We got to the hotel. There was a group of maybe like 11 or 12 of us on the bus. We got here and let us off the bus, then we went into the hotel like one family or couple or person at a time, like one bubble. They're calling it a bubble in New Zealand. Filled out some forms, and then we got told someone would ring us in a bit to see what we wanted for breakfast from the menu, and a nurse would also visit us today. So that's really interesting to see what the nurse is going to say. My mum is also in quarantine, but at a different hotel because she arrived a few days ago, and she has not had a nurse visit her, and she also has a friend in quarantine at yet again another hotel, and they've had a very different experience too. So it's like kind of like the basics are the same at all the hotels, but it seems a bit more serious at some of them. I don't know, it's interesting. And then we got to our hotel room, and it's freaking amazing. Like, we've been living in a van for the last 2 years. You could fit like 6 of our van in here. It's so nice. We thought we'd have like a little room, just like a bed, but we have a couch and a little dining table and a little kitchenette with like a hob and a microwave.
A desk to work at.
Yeah, so this is the start of quarantine. We're gonna just treat this like a little holiday, because yeah, we travel a lot, but we don't really take holidays. We're always like working and on the go, so this is gonna be kind of nice. It's gonna be really nice, isn't it?
I think first week's gonna be sleeping and just trying to get into like a routine of waking up on time. In the last like 72 hours I've slept like 6 hours maybe. I
feel a lot better than I thought I'd feel, but it is still only 8 AM, so ask us again at 3.
Yeah, it's as jet lagged as you can be, going from one side of the world to completely the other, 12 hours apart. And over 44 hours, you know, like we didn't go to a hotel or have a vacation on the way.
Thanks for watching our video. If you enjoyed it, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe.